guys, welcome back to the Angie Patterson channel. Hit that pause button and then go hit the subscribe button and then come right back. Okay? Today we are talking about day jobs. Who doesn't want to learn about day jobs? That is the most exciting topic in the entire world. Okay, so it's not the most exciting topic, but if you are moving to LA to be an actor, it is totally necessary. In my last couple of videos, I talked about moving to LA and that whole process, so let's assume that you've moved here and you're ready to start your career. Yay! Nope, time out. You need a day job because I'm sorry to say, acting jobs are not all the time. You are going to need something to pay your bills and supplement your acting income. Why can't we just be totally successful right off the bat, right? It's ridiculous. Luckily, I'm here to give you lots of good options and hopefully ease the stress. Okay, so here we go. So let's talk about requirements for a day job. The number one requirement must be this. I don't care if your job is nothing else but flexible. When you are at your day job and you get that call that you need to be somewhere in 2 hours for an audition, either you got to make it happen or you're going to miss out on the job. Same goes for like even next day stuff. You need to be able to have your shift covered. Most auditions do come in for the very next day. It used to be you had 2 to 3 days. Nowadays, it's usually the very next day or the same day. Good times. Second requirement in a day job, you need to be able to make the most amount of money in the least amount of time as possible. You don't want to be doing something that pays minimum wage so that you're spending 8 hours a day and making a total of, pause while I do the math. Current California minimum wage is $10.50 an hour. So even if you worked 40 hours a week, you're only making $1,680 a month minus taxes. That probably won't even cover your rent. So you definitely need to look for something that pays a lot per hour or that you can make really great commissions on. Third requirement of a day job, it should be fairly close to your home and centrally located so that you can get to auditions and meetings and stuff fairly easily. You really want to make sure that everything is as centrally located as possible. So moving on, I want to give you my suggestions for the best day jobs for actors, starting with, you guessed it, the most obvious, waiter, bartender, host in the food industry. Guys, this is a cliche for a reason. It is easy to get your shifts covered. You can make a lot of money in tips. But I will say this, I have been a waitress before, but I worked at a place called Yankee Doodles on the Santa Monica Promenade. You may know it or not because it's not there anymore. But it wasn't like a big moneymaker for me because it was mostly a sports bar. So not a lot of turnover on the tables because everybody's like watching the game and hanging out and drinking one beer the entire time. So if you are looking to get into the food industry as your day job, I would highly recommend shooting first for a really high-end restaurant like a steakhouse or something like that where you can make a lot of money in tips and you can upsell your tables really well with really expensive alcohol. But yeah, you would have potential to make a lot more money in a lot less time in a place like that. A little like branch off is catering. It is even more flexible. You're less committed to working in a restaurant all the time and you can take jobs at different places whenever you want. You can start your own catering company. You can work for an existing catering company. They even have like catering and bartending companies that are staffed with like hot guys or hot girls that are really popular for actors and models. Another option, dog walking and pet sitting. Now I know this is not like the fastest way to become a millionaire, but you know, if you love animals and you like getting outside, it might be like a secondary day job, a way to really supplement your income even more. But like the catering business, if you start your own like dog walking company and then you have people working under you, you have potential to make a lot of money. There are also companies like petstaff.com where you can work under their umbrella and be insured and all that. So check that out. And then there's also Temp Work. Temp Work is super flexible, especially if you're good at typing and good at office work and organizing. You contact the temp agency, they bring you in for an interview, they find out what your strengths are, and then they might call you and say, hey, we have a job that's gonna last for 1 week, and then there's always the chance that it could turn into a more permanent position. Sometimes the job is even for just 1 day. If they call you for the next day and you have an audition, you simply turn it down. So there is a lot of flexibility there. A really popular job here in LA for actors is being a personal assistant. I got a story for you. I got a job as someone's personal assistant once, and I showed up for the first day of work. The person was not there. I got put in this little tiny room with another person who did not want to talk to me and was given this like list of random ass things to do with no instruction. So I said that I had an emergency at home, that the pipes in my building had exploded and there was a flood, and I left and I didn't go back. But there are some really great personal assistant jobs out there. Just be sure that when you go for that interview, they're also someone that you would really want to work for. So if it's not a good fit, don't take the job. But if it seems like a good fit and they are down with having an actor as their assistant and they understand what your schedule might look like from day to day, then that would be great. But do be prepared. If you are someone's personal assistant, you might have some crazy hours and some crazy requests. Similar to being a personal assistant, you could be a nanny or a babysitter. Now, if it's like a flexible thing and maybe someone might call you and say, hey, are you free to watch my little one tomorrow for 4 hours from, 2 to 6? And you can say yes or no because you may or may not have an audition or whatever, fine. But if you are taking care of someone's kid or kids all day long and you get a call for an audition, I just don't see that as something that's really going to work out. Unless one of the parents or another guardian is there with the kids and you are just helping out while they work out of home, and then if you have to leave for an audition, they're okay with it, fine, but you can't just leave someone else's kids. So you might end up missing out on opportunities there because of your commitment as a nanny. So this is an interesting one, real estate. Real estate sounds like a career in and of itself, and it really is, but there are a lot of actors, both that I know personally and that I have heard about, who take up real estate as a side job, and it's a great source of income for them and super, super flexible. They really do make their own hours. And they're mostly working on the weekends doing open houses and stuff, and there's almost never auditions, sometimes, but almost never auditions on weekends, and jobs usually don't shoot on weekends, so it's a really ideal schedule. Of course, you have to go get your real estate license and all that, but putting in the time and money up front might allow you a lot of freedom later. And then this one is kind of cliche as well, fitness trainer. If you work for yourself as a fitness trainer or at a gym as a fitness trainer, both are pretty flexible. I think working for yourself is certainly more flexible, and you definitely make more money when you're working on your own out of a private gym versus at a major gym like LA Fitness or something like that. Being a personal trainer at a private gym or going to someone's home to train them, you can make anywhere from $85 to $200 an hour. That sounds like a lot. It is, but people will pay it. And if you're working at a bigger corporate gym, the gym takes a portion of it. And once again, yes, you do have to get certifications and stuff like that, but the money and time you spend on the certifications will pay you back tenfold. And the last two suggestions are the day jobs that I have done a lot of myself, receptionist and retail. So as a receptionist, there's usually somebody working next to you, another receptionist or someone else in the office that could cover for you. I was able to find that for myself, and I was able to go to auditions and go on jobs. Not every company is going to be cool with that, but sometimes you email them and you say, hey, what do you feel about an actor? And if you have a good resume, maybe they'll interview you and maybe they'll say yes. Who knows? And then retail. I don't know how entirely flexible every retail job is, but I will say that I was shopping the other day at Banana Republic, and I found this. They offer a flexible schedule. Huh? That's pretty cool. I'm going to call the company and actually talk to them about this. If they allow for flexible schedules, then, that might be something that we would all be interested in. So I will speak with them and then update you guys in the description box down below. Okay, so all of these jobs that I have just talked about are jobs that you would go physically to. Another incredibly smart option would be to work from home. There's a lot of ways you can work from home nowadays. I'm sure you've seen it on your Instagram or your Facebook, your friends that sell Rodan and Fields. I know a couple people that do. They make a lot of money, you guys. They can do really well. And there's got to be other companies like that you can work from home and sell products and use social media to your advantage. Another job that you could do from home is transcription and data entry. And you sit there and listen to it and transcribe it and email it to them. Could be good. And then also use your own talents to build a business and work from home. If you have a knack for editing, you could edit your friends' reels for them. If you have a knack for photography, you can end up being a headshot photographer. There's a lot of ways that you can build a small business up and have a really lucrative business for yourself. Now, if you can, it would be really, really cool for you to get a job that is in some way related to the entertainment business. There are endless jobs available in this city in the entertainment industry. Not all of them are open to hiring actors because they know we can be a little hard to tie down with a schedule. There's also production companies that hire script readers, so you can take a script home, you read it, and then you write a little book report on it, and they pay you per script. Working at a theater company would also be really good. And that way you're learning about the business, you're making connections and relationships. Getting a job in the industry as your day job, if possible, is a go. All right, so the last couple things I want to say about having a day job when you're an actor. First of all, be upfront about being an actor. Don't not tell them you're an actor and then you have to try to sneak out for an audition, and just don't make it messy like that. And also, Do your job well. Don't be a crappy employee, because then you're going to lose the job and you're going to be back to square one. But don't get so comfortable in your day job that you forget why you moved here in the first place, which is to be a successful working actor. All right, my loves, that's all I got for now. I'll see you next time. Bye.